So picking up with this second video on the final presentation tips, I had just created this leader and actually just put it in a blank space for the text box, and because I just really want to be able to use the arrow. And so there's different styles of arrows that you can use. You know, if I want to pick something like that, and the thickness right now, for these other arrows, I had the thickness pretty set in the options for the whole drawing, but I can either change those in the options set or just not use the document display, and then suppose I want a little bit thinner arrow, so I can do that, right? And so anyways, you have a lot of flexibility, and now you can see what you can change the length. You know, if you want this to be acting at some point, like over here, you can pretty quickly just move it around and get it to where you want. And then you can just add a separate text box, some annotation. The other thing that you can do is, like for instance, on all my drawings I wanted to have a reference frame. So I could just select these and make them a block. And so now, and actually do the same thing with forces too. So I can just now go to Tools in Block, and if I want to insert a block, and you can see this is actually the force block right now. So if I want to change the direction of the force, if I want to change the scale, right, so I can make that, or this was the XY block. So again, I can change the angle, change the scale if I want to make it a little bigger, and so on. And then of course once I have it, I can switch it. I can move it to different layers, or just change the color, change the thickness, and so on. So that allows me to quickly, annotate free body diagrams, put in arrows, and then you can just use text boxes. So one other thing I just point out, if you're doing this with SolidWorks, the text box doesn't have a subscript. So how do you do something like W sub CR? So let me just click on that and show you. So what I have here, that's just a regular text, but this text right here is actually using this division type thing with a style set, not showing any line. And so I don't put anything in the upper, and I put the subscript I want in the lower. Okay, so maybe let me just demonstrate that. Suppose I wanted to put in F sub X, for instance. So I'll just throw in a text box here, and so I'll just put in capital F, and I'm going to change this color to black. Okay, I just deleted that. I'm going to go back to this layer, and you can see that I was on this particular layer, I was working with kind of a thin line. So that's made that black and made the line thickness a little better. So let me again just show you how to put in, if I want to put in F sub X. So there's the F, and then just click on this button right here and click in this appearance, which has no line in between, put nothing in the upper, and I'll just put X in the lower. Okay, so now there's your F sub X. So this again is just to quickly show you how you can put in some arrows, put in a coordinate system. Once you have these blocks, you can just insert the block and change the size or the angle very quickly, and then use the text box to put in any kind of other annotation that you need to do. So that way you can have a really nice looking sketches for your free body diagram. And so I'll stop this video here, and I'm just going to add one more video related to flowcharts.